wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Oh my god. Where the hell is this guy? Damn it, we're out of ammo. Smoke in the air! Rooster flares! That was close! We're out of flares, Mav! Shit, he's already on us! Ah, this is not good! We took another hit! No, 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 no! We can't take much more of this!
Pull the ejection handles the second I tell you!
Mav, wait!
Rooster, there's no other way!
It's not working!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your savior speaking. Please fasten your seatbelts, return your tray tables to their locked and upright positions, and prepare for landing. I'll see you on deck.
So today's going to be a nice cool tip video, and it's going to be nice and short. We're just going to go over the fixed range volume profile, which a lot of traders are using that, so it'd be good to just understand how you can use this in your favor. And I'll just share some approaches I use and extract some profits out of the market. So it's called the fixed range volume profile, or FRVP. I mean, there's a lot of people using this, like I just said, but I think if you get a simple way, a simple process how to apply this to your charts, and then you can use this quite accurately. So I'm just going to basically attach this to impulse runs. Okay, so what do I mean by impulse runs? Are A to B moves, so from lows to highs. If you don't know what a low to high is, you've seen all these zigzag motions, you can just go up a time frame and it will kind of straighten itself out, and you can see these impulse runs quite easily. So what we'll do is we'll start on this 4 hour, for example, and I'll just talk about how we can utilize this very accurately. So as I said, A to B moves, so from this low to this high, and then measure this on. And what I'm looking for is the POC, point of control, this red line in the middle, the value areas, and I've got this developing value area drawn on, so I can see the track as it's done its run. Okay, so moving onwards, I'm just going to kind of rewind the chart by using this. But once we've got this impulse run, now we don't know when the impulse run is going to end. Okay, so for example, if we're watching this, you can see this kind of continue going higher, and where do we kind of lock it off? I mean, you've got to be able to spot these turnarounds, and as you can see, it's turned around, it's gone up, it's kind of rejected. That's a fib entry, and then we start to move lower. Okay, that is what it is. It's difficult to pinpoint those reversals, but this is, once you can, this is very powerful for trading. So what I'm going to show you is this red POC line in the middle. Move straight down to it, all good. Okay, that's a trade there, and then once we're here, we could potentially see a continuation down to the value area low at the bottom there, or we could see a reversal okay, of this particular impulse run. You can see a POC and the same kind of thing up here, okay? So what did we get? We got to move down all the way into this value area low here. Moving down for a double bottom. And then we see it reversing, okay? So all I'm doing is adjusting this as we go until that reversal comes in. So you can see here, this is an impulse run. We've got the POC at the top here, and look at that one spike directly up to that POC level, and a second one also. So if I was to take this next impulse run back up to the POC and measure the point of control, you can see back down. So, you know, if you can understand what I'm trying to approach here, you know, a lot of people do, you know, the profile all the way to the end. You know, it's actually fixed to the end side, and it's constantly changing. And you know, and unless you've got these developing levels on, you can see. So from here, this reversal, it's moved down into the value area low. But if you look, it's been pushing it down pretty much ever since here. So it's gone below here, the value area, and it's just constantly pushing. So it's just the interpretation of what you're looking at. It's usually misinterpreted. If I rewind this, and you know, you can see that. Now when we go on to the lower time frames is where I'm using this, you know, best. So you know, we can time these reversals with the overwatch. So for example, we've got the profile on this left hand side impulse run. Okay, it's run all the way up. Now when it gets to the top here, sorry, looking for those reversals like I was just mentioning, using the overwatch down the bottom here for that boundary touch can be an insight into, okay, now's time for looking for that reversal. And we get that reversal, and then we can start measuring a bit more in detail. So for example, these small profiles, small impulse runs, retracement back up to that area. So you can see, you know, I'm on the 5-minute chart here, A to B move back up to the POC line, right there, bang. If you look at the overwatch on the bottom pane, you can see that's breached. And you know, we can look for some entries here or scaling in on some divergences with a target up to the POC or even the value area at the top there. Okay, if I start just bolting this on, you know, back to back, you know, are we going to get this type of thing from this impulse run? Yeah, straight away. So we didn't have an overwatch boundary. I mean, it's not going to go here like back to back zigzag, you know, every single move. But you know, as you can see, it's very, very cool here. So, you know, move back up to the top here for a kind of double top from this peak, move back down to the POC line. So it's just zigzagging POC line every impulse run. I mean, you can use this to your advantage. It's very cool. I mean, they're everywhere. I mean, let me just lock some on. So we'll do this one A to B here. POC, extend it. Is it going to reach it somewhere? Yeah, just here. Draw this range bound from low to high. Back up to the POC on the left. Take this impulse run straight back down to the POC. So there are a lot. There's numerous ones per day, and when we start to you know, bolt onto the session timings, then you can really see some power plays. So I've just got some session timings. You can see here. Let me just try and load one up. So this yesterday, for example, from its high to its low, you can see a tiny little POC up there, and then from this low here, we've moved it all the way up in the Asia session, touch that POC there for the Asia high, and then we've moved. So if we just look at this, you know, we can kind of look at this moving forward. I'm not too sure whether this is a high yet or not, but we can see here POC down at this. Yeah, so that's the weekly open. It's already retested it once, so moving up. So we might see it move down and come and retest that weekly open, hit that POC line, but you know, nothing set in stone. So this is how I'm using that VPI. You can use it and you know, make some serious moves from it. So with that being said, cheers, all the best.
The Federal Reserve is nothing federal and has no reserves, right? So they do print more money, and they rob you from your wealth and from your savings, and that's immoral. But it's not only immoral, but it also destroys some basic economic principles, like, for example, saving or your pension. From these financial publications, they will print lies. But there's something special about lies, is that they don't last for long. They don't last long.